Presents partner with Cancel This Show with myself, Vic Faust, and my co-host,
Megan Marie. We're ranked in the top 10% globally.
Our show has reached over 1.68 million engaged listeners, and we continue to grow monthly.
Podcasting is one of the best ways to advertise
because it offers a highly engaged audience, SEO-targeted reach,
and the ability to build a personal connection with listeners.
Dive into the dynamic world of cancel culture, politics, all current events, and the latest news with us.
It's the American taxpayers that are having to pay for all of this monkey business left and right.
Look at all of these pictures. They are using AI to generate fake photos, and we show you them. And Joe will show, we got a video of one, we've got certain pictures.
They were hiding the fact and trying to lie to the American people for months that Joe Biden was doing well.
This is Kamala. This is Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. It's Jake Sullivan, all together doing anything and everything they can to strike back at Donald Trump because he continues to kick their ass.
If that doesn't make you mad enough to vote one way or another in this election, nothing will do it.
Get your company's voice heard, your brand recognized,
and the exposure you deserve.
Does your brand align with our mission?
Let's talk and make an impact together. Hey guys, welcome to Cancel This, cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Megan Marie Murat, Pro Joe, making things happen. Eric Johnson may be around shortly. I think he has band practice on Thursday night, so we'll see where it goes. Here, just continuing on to finish out the week of what we were trying to do when it came to our daily shows. Glad you're with us. Gee, what is there to talk about? How does it feel still a few days in now, knowing that Donald Trump is the next president of the United States, number 47? Life is getting better in almost every sense. My Century H2O water somehow tastes even better. People's grounding mats are feeling even better. The air is better. The sun is real now. It's not that fake sun that Joe told us about. Food tastes better. Everything is better.
Life is good. Life has been really, really good this week.
Which means, the evil plots will be coming out after Donald soon, but not right now. Yeah, I just saw one of the stupid ones. Biden. There were literally Democrats that CNN was interviewing saying, put Kamala Harris on the Supreme Court. I'm like, yeah, Biden wouldn't put her on the Supreme Court to save his life. He'd be like, one last lick of an ice cream cone. It's been a good life. See ya, sucker.
Yeah.
Kamala.
I mean,
go see Willie.
These people, they don't even know what to say next. I think that some of them are just.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's the shock and awe factor. But here's my big thing. Do you remember when I said that because of all of the propaganda and the rhetoric about Trump being a Hitler and we're Nazis and it's just, the Republicans are all Nazis. Remember when I said that I want to know what their plan is, right? I want to know what their plan is because when we find out that Donald Trump is going to be the next president and he is Hitler and, all of the people around him are Nazis, I want to know what the plan is because that's a big thing, right? Nobody wants to have a Hitler. Nope. So what do? They act like they never said it. KJP press conference. I mean, they were pressing her. Like, look, this is what you guys have been saying. This is what Kamala Harris has been saying. So now what? And you know what she had the audacity to say? You're twisting the words.
Oh, yeah.
You're twisting. How do you twist the word
she
Hitler
is a POS.
and Nazis?
She's a POS.
They have no plan. They know that they lied.
She's bad.
To the American people. But that was really super upsetting for me.
You know what? To quote Joe Rasher, Pro Joe, when it comes to KJP, that's what you get with a DEI hire. Didn't earn it, got it because of the color of my skin and the sex of my body.
Yeah.
A black, gay woman. And that's why she was given the job, and she showed that she was the worst in the history of this country, which matched the rest of the administration. I think
she did a great job of being a puppet.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, she's cute as can be. She's cute. I think she's cute as can be to look at. She looks like a doll. She looks like a little doll. And I will say this, because I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I love her outfits. I really do. I mean, call me crazy. I love her outfits.
But what I don't like her face and hair and attitude
is that she lies so much. And and for that particularly, to try and look at someone and gaslight them and say that you're twisting the words. No, there's no twisting the words. You guys said that if he got in, he was going to be Hitler. He was going to, and our democracy, that was the other thing, was going to literally disintegrate before our eyes.
Yeah, she's as ugly on the outside as she is on the inside. And the inside, her heart and her head is what was difficult for myself and so many others to get past. But whatever, she'll go off to some other liberal TV show, and Robert calls her, mushroom.
With the old sake sucker.
Yeah, whatever. Just bad. They're bad. They're all bad with no ratings, and that's what happens. The good thing is we're celebrating because, and we'll get into that throughout the show, maybe now's a good time to see all the liberals losing their freaking minds. I don't know. You said you had friends losing their mind. I've seen a couple more. Chris says KJP looks more like a toilet brush than a doll, Megan. She does. Megan, I know.
I said she's cute. She's cute. I mean, she's got little round cheeks. She's got this little crazy head of hair, and she puts extra pink blush on her cheeks. She looks like a doll.
She's cute like a demon.
Yeah. She's cute like a better toilet brush.
She's cute like Chucky, right? Is that what you're trying to say? She's
perfect.
Cute.
Yeah,
she's cute like a Chucky doll.
That's almost exactly.
Okay. Well, anyways, yes.
What a nasty existence of a human.
You guys have been bringing up all of the crazy liberals.
Roland says that woman is not cute. I know she's not. I mean, that woman is uglier than ugly.
I don't know.
She
looked. Thank you, Bindi. Bindi says she's.
Oh, she had to put a.
Settle down, Chucky.
Cute like a stomach pump.
Who said that? Was that your line, Faust?
Frojo.
That was you. That was good, Joe.
I'm sorry.
Right.
You're out.
They're here all week, folks.
You've lost your mind on this one, man. I think Kamala's more of the attractive type, like Eric says.
What?
Than KJP being cute.
No flipping way. We need to take a poll if you think that Kamala Harris is cuter than KJP.
No, being what's considered to be cute. You know what? That's all right. Neither one of them are worth even talking about. They're both bad. They're just bad humans. Bad humans. But it is.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, she's butterface. They all are bad.
No, I think it's all. I would say the face is the only good part.
Out with the old, in with the new. But the liberals are still losing their mind. Yes. Case in point, listen to all these people losing their mind. And we've seen them. I mean, people, and why you would get on social media to talk about how crazy you feel. Listen to some of these people lose their minds. This on top of the videos that we showed you yesterday, all these people wanted to unalive. They literally wanted to unalive Donald Trump.
You'll hear him here too talking about it. FBI has been tagged in several of them because they're absolutely nuts.
Knowing that I woke up, bitch, it's not about a fucking book. Fuck that shit right now. Knowing that I went to bed, that fucking man was ahead a little bit, but waking up to this man, literally, you're 4 points a fucking way. Not only shows me how racist, which, hello, wake up, you black, you're aware of that. It not only shows me how
Here we go with the race card again. Do the next one, Joe.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get to another one. These people, I mean, I'm sorry. To let yourself get to this point shows the mental illness, the Trump derangement syndrome that you have. Oh, what is this?
Just
Good
wait.
morning. It is November.
It kind of looks like Joe with a wig.
we're putting a plan together.
Yes, you are.
I cannot live in a country that voted for Trump. I cannot spend another 4 years under that man. And so we have made the decision that we are leaving.
Okay. Bye.
We're putting a plan together. Our plan is to go back to Australia. And by back, that is where obviously Tam and our daughter Jordan was from. I'm working on immigration paperwork for spousal visa. I'll probably end up going over on a tourist visa initially because the spousal visa takes a while.
Yeah, Joe, we can move on.
We have the first donor on helping him out of the country.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And yes, someone asked, are these people for real? They are absolutely 100% real. And this is how they react.
Mandy says this is what nightmares are made out of.
It gets better. Just wait. Now this gal, this one, she needs to be locked up. This gal right here.
Question. So does anybody know how to find or hire a hitman?
Oh my God.
Or woman? Because we don't want to be sexist. So, but I think we could pull this off collectively. If you want to chip in, DM.
Okay.
Don't want to be sexist on your assassination attempt.
No.
Never.
Be fair.
Never.
You gotta be fair. Can we DEI this hit? Yeah, there's several.
Chris says, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Actually,
hey, Joe,
you were the good Lord split you.
Do you see the one with the teacher?
Booyah.
I don't know what order you have it in.
I have idea.
That's all right. Just go.
We're moving through pretty quickly.
All I'm saying right now is that someone in the White House would better take their shot right now and better not fucking miss. My doors are open for you if you need a safe house.
All those sweet thoughts.
You guys, and here's what I don't understand. There are people that are on social media all over different platforms, literally saying that they want to take him out or they want to hire someone to take him out. He needs to be taken out. And we can't even talk about election.
Yeah, if it was a conservative saying these things, it'd be
certain
correct.
platforms.
Just remember,
I don't get it.
As bad as Democrats and people are for wanting Kamala, most of them are not wanting Donald Trump dead. At least most that I know. This is the fringe left, but it's wacko tobacco.
Hey, I
think this is the teacher one.
It is. I just want to preface this because especially if the people cannot, that are only listening and are not watching, but this is a teacher after we found out that Donald Trump was the president-elect. This is what she did. And one of the students is videoing her without her knowing and hearing what she is saying. And I just want to make sure you might want to turn it up too, Joe, and listeners, you might want to turn it up. But this is what the educators are doing. This is how they are indoctrinating our young people.
I care about my friends, and I care about you guys. So it's unfortunate, and I don't understand how he got elected just with all the trash that comes out of his mouth. Sexism, yes. People like a bully. He says he's a smart man. I don't know if you ever listen to one of his speeches. He makes fun of women. He sleeps with porn stars and pays them off. He's the first president of a
felony.
Yeah.
He says he should shoot his.
She's fired, by the way.
The people who don't agree with him.
Shoot the people that don't agree. What a liar.
You're wrong. Okay. A lot of my female friends did vote for him, and I'm like, how in the world? It doesn't even matter what politics you guys stand for. He said that women who get abortions, he said there should be some form of punishment. Punishing a
What a
woman
lie.
is the hardest choice she probably ever has to make in her life.
Well, this is a long one, but we can stop there. But she goes on to talk about how he is Hitler and that the people that voted for him are Nazis.
Well, we get the idea of how people are losing their damn minds. And you know what? They probably will still. And they will bite the hand that feeds them,
This one,
especially as things get better in this country, specifically from a financial standpoint.
I would go as far to say that I would purchase a Glock, and if you and I are walking on the same street and it's dark out and you're a white male, you have to be white for this to count, okay? If you're a white male, even if you don't approach me, I will shoot you. Yeah, I know. So, has to be on the street, you and I. has to be at nighttime. During the day, not so much, but at nighttime, okay? And you have to have very white skin and be a male.
We get it.
I would
better
go
wear my
as
tanning
far
cream.
to say that I would purchase a Glock.
Unbelievable. So we're laughing and we're sitting here and we think it's funny because it is. I mean, it's super entertaining, but at the same time, these people are for real. They are not well.
Go for it.
So, oh my gosh.
Go for it. We're waiting. We're ready. I'm telling you right now, things are changing.
We got to do this one.
Do this one, and then when you get done with this one, Joe,
you're right, Robert.
Load up the sound with Trump's attorney. Calling out Letitia. Because this is setting the stage where they're not sitting back anymore.
Here we
go.
Don't think that our beloved country, America, knows what it's in for with a fascistic society and dictator. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being dramatic. I have said this on tapes before, but I am shocked and crushed at how many people I personally know did not vote or felt like there was no difference between the candidates or just were too self-involved to learn anything about it. And that makes me sad. And
this is a longer one too.
It's boring. What's her name again?
Kathy Griffin.
Get out of here.
She gets into some nasty stuff. And
I feel sick by even letting her come into my eyes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Remember when Trump won the first time and she was
lost her mind,
posting pictures of her holding his bloody head
in
her hand. And, for whatever reason, nobody ever took that down. I mean, I don't understand how this stuff is even out here right now. And we can't even say the word election fraud.
Yeah, it is that way. But good things are happening. We still got some information to talk about with the chief of staff pick and some other possibilities with a Missouri flavor. We'll get into that too coming up. Also, we've got by the end of the show, I want to tell you something that's going on in Wentzville too. When it talks about people, Wentzville in the St. Louis area. Obviously, we're a national show. We broadcast out of the St. Louis, Missouri area, but there Wentzville school board members actively campaigning to go after and cancel businesses that supported Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. School board members. We're going to get into that before the show ends as well. I was just given information about that, and I'm grateful for that. But we digress and check this out. Trump's attorney talking about what could possibly happen with this Letitia James in New York. They circumvented the law to go after him, made up law, even though there were no victims, to go after Trump. 0 victims in this case that they made up in the ultra liberal area of Manhattan to go after Donald Trump. Listen to Trump's attorney. He is not
good.
He says FAFO, Letitia.
Just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time. And we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. And I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike. This isn't the same Trump administration.
He had a really good job there. FAFO, Latish. What do you call her, Tish?
Yeah, Tish. Old Tish, sweetheart. Yeah,
they're playing tough. They're acting tough. They're not going to be able to go after him. Even Juan Merchan, who's given himself till the 12th. Sentencing date was supposed to be the 24th on the other fake charges. It'll be interesting. They're coming strong. They're coming strong. And I was like, damn.
Yeah. And this comes
flat out
after,
called her a fat ass.
Yeah, he did. And, and they're done. They're sick and tired of these people. She, got up on a, microphone right after we found out that Trump was going to be the next president. And she, made everybody know we're still going after him. We're going to make sure that we fight. And, it's like, just let it go. You put him through the ringer the first time. You made your point, and you can't keep coming up with these false allegations, with these lies. And so, yeah, I love that he put her in her place.
I'm loving it. I'm loving all these things because things are going to get better. Now, here's the thing. we believe in Donald Trump's philosophy of peace through strength. So you have to show that strength, but at the same point in time, I love Vivek yesterday. Vivek spoke. And you guys know that I'm biased. I think he's the greatest orator we have in this country right now. Nobody makes points in a clear, concise manner as well as him, in my humble opinion. He's my favorite by far. He's so damn intelligent and has a way of communicating that people understand and taking a big picture and condensing it very nicely. Listen to what Vivek had to say about this now and what needs to be done, because as we update it, Trump's going to win Nevada. He's winning Arizona. It's going to be 3-12, a landslide victory. We've got the Senate already. The House is on its way. There is no reason we cannot get some things done right now. So obviously the bar has been set high, but you have to focus on the freaking goal. Listen to Vivek yesterday in this interview. Love it.
Republicans is that after, yes, we won and won decisively, we're done criticizing Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or the past. Let's turn the page to chase the future. One of the things I loved about Donald Trump's victory speech, him beginning to talk about this golden age in America, a growing economy, an immigration system that works. We now have an electoral mandate to deliver it. And so to Republicans, my ask is, you know what? Let's put aside our own sense of grievance or vengeance or whatever. We won. Let's use it. We're running to something. And my ask of Democrats and to those on the left, just give them a chance and give us a chance to say that, you know what, we have a chance to unite this country. Most people favor economic growth. Most people want to pay lower taxes. Most people want an American dream for their kids and an immigration system that works and secure borders for our country and don't want their kids lining up to fight in World War III. That's the opportunity that we have. And I think it's a generational opportunity that we shouldn't squander. You know, even to those who disagreed, my ask is give us a chance, and we're going to do our part by exhibiting, I hope, some grace to the people who we believe were wrong. But in moving this country forward, that's what we're looking to do. Fellow Republicans.
Thank you, Vivek. I mean, he is so good. It's just,
he is.
And he's not a pushover. Okay. He's not. But listen, the libs are going to lose their mind. As I told you before the election, there's no way in changing a Democrat. They're not going to change. I told you this. I said, you knew in this election who you were voting for. At least most people did. They're not going to come to the Republican conservative Trump side. They never will. They'll take kickbacks. They'll take tax breaks. They'll take the cheaper gases. They'll take cheaper prices when inflation goes back down. They'll take a better stock market, and then they'll find a way to say it's not Donald Trump or conservative ideas. Let them be. We're just going to go make this country good, and whoever wants to come along, come along. It'll be great. But the country has spoken, and remember, you're not in the minority.
Yeah. Well, and they're going to continue to vote left as long as they choose to be uneducated, as long as they choose to look at these people like we were showing you, these crazy liberal lefts that have no clue what's going on in the world at all. And they're looking to them for advice and for opinions, and they're not doing what they need to do. And it's so sad. I mean, even right now, up until this very minute, you have people on the left that are saying that, you know, our daughters' rights have been stripped away, that the LGBTQIA, that everybody's coming after them, and that they're going to have, you know, no more marriages. They're going to have to leave. They're not going to be allowed, you know, to be in schools. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And for me, it's like the more that they continue to lie and spread these things, the more people are waking up, because as it sounds ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. And there are people that are choosing. I think a lot of them were Latinos this time. I think a lot of them were Black people this time. I think that a lot of people that have usually voted left, they woke up and they thought, man, this cannot be the truth. And I love to see that.
Tanya says all the Democratic Party loser governors stated Trump will not get their assurance. Well, so be it. So be it. Doesn't matter. It's time to move through and get things done. Roland with his joke, if people didn't realize, Roland is a Black man who liked to make fun of the Democrats who said that he wasn't smart enough to go get his own ID to vote.
Right.
Roland, I appreciate your humor. He says, yes, I can finally get an idea. Tanya also says, listen, she prays for no assassination attempts. You can watch us live on Rumble. You can watch us live on Facebook, on X. We have our social media up and running every single day. Thank you for your help with that, Megan. We are rocking and rolling. You can watch us live in the morning, 8 to 10. We've been on, or 9 to 10. We've been on live this whole week. Just remember that as good as things are, the left will continue. There will be a deep state that comes after Donald Trump. And with that being said, yes, Joe, I wanted to play this sound of Donald Trump talking about the deep state, because this is what he said he would do once he became president. And here he is talking about this because we already know there's a deep state. We don't know who they are all the time, but we do know one. And I'll say it again, hopefully for the final time. Even Bill Maher, Trump hater, hardcore liberal Democrat, said it's time to admit there's a deep state trying to take down America and Donald Trump, but at least he was honest. And he says, I hope they take Donald Trump down. I don't care. I don't like the man, but there is one. And now you have the man who knocked off all of these institutions like Obama and Clinton and the Bidens, talking about what he's going to do with the deep state. Maybe.
That was the perfect setup.
Or not.
Well, let us know when you have it again, and then we'll go from there. Robert earlier asked Megan, is all this derangement syndrome for the left because of the vax? It might be.
Could be.
It might be people taking that vax, losing their mind. He needs to fix the interest rates. Yeah, that's allegedly going on. Jerome Powell was also asked if he would quit if Trump asked him. Wait, do we have Trump now? We'll go back to Donald Trump. That's all right. We heard him. I don't want to step over Donald.
The deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all. And corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they're doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible. Third, we will totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. So many judges have seen so many applications that they know were wrong, or at least they must have known. They do nothing about it. They're lied to. Fourth, to expose the hoaxes and abuses of power that have been tearing our country apart, we will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption. And there are plenty of them. Fifth, we will launch a major crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. When possible, we will press criminal charges. Sixth, we will make every Inspector General's office independent and physically separated from the departments they oversee so they do not become the protectors of the deep state. Seventh, I will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor our intelligence agencies to ensure they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people, or that they are not spying on someone's campaign like they spied on my campaign. Eighth, we will continue the effort launched by the Trump administration to move parts of the sprawling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside the Washington swamp. Just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado, as many as 100,000 government positions could be moved out, and I mean immediately, of Washington to places filled with patriots who love America, and they really do love America. Ninth, I will work to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate. So they deal with these companies and they regulate these companies, and then they want to take jobs from these companies. Doesn't work that way. Such a public display cannot go on, and it's taking place all the time, like with Big Pharma. Finally, I will push a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. This is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people and for the people. Thank you very much.
No, Mr. President, thank you. We appreciate you.
Yes,
Policy, a plan, and then you go attack the plan. Makes sense. Love it.
What American would listen to this and not want this for themselves and for our country. Everything that he said is for all Americans, to protect all Americans. So if you listen to him, and I love how he actually said 1, 2, 3, so that people can understand. There's no gray. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this second. I'm going to do this third, so on and so forth. And all of it is for every American. He's trying to unite Americans. And if you don't want this for yourself or for your country, that's when it's time for you to go. It truly is.
I love this picture.
Which one?
The picture that Joe's popping up right now.
Is it of me?
Sure, it could be. We'll put your face next to it. For our listeners on the podcast, Trump has better coverage than Verizon. Can you hear us now?
That's right.
And of course, it shows, and keep this picture up because we know this is as people who are more conservative. This is America as we show you the picture. It is all freaking red. There is no such thing as a blue state. There isn't. Even California, which has changed. Look at California. This is what my mother has told me. She's like, I'm telling you, Vic, we've got a long way to go. But she who lives, and my sister and brother-in-law and family who live in Southern California, they're like, I'm telling you, everywhere we go, we run into conservatives. We got a big fight. But the electoral map was changing even in California. That's how bad the last 4 years were. That's how bad Obama and his divisiveness were. That this map that we're showing, that is America. Once again, you are in the majority. Do not be afraid to speak out. Do not be afraid to be who you are. Look at this. Even in the upper Northeast, I don't care. Well, it's the big cities. It's where all the people live. Bullshit. It's total bullshit. This country is not a wackadoodle, far left leaning country anymore. And yes, Obama, we are a Christian nation. So deal with it, mother trucker. You can leave with Big Mike anytime you want. This is a Christian nation, and Donald Trump has revamped that, and he will. And the people who have the Trump derangement syndrome, deal with it. I just love that map.
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now? Yeah, I love it. And that's just a beautiful thing to see. And, you know, we can officially say that there was a red wave. There was a red tsunami. Is what I think. Yeah.
And it's starting to get better, guys. Susie Wiles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What
How
a
many
choice.
times did you hear me talk about this being the best presidential campaign
you
we
did.
have ever seen? That's courtesy of Susie Wiles.
Yes.
This is Susie Wiles. Susie is now the first. Where are you, feminist? I haven't heard anybody going crazy yet this morning. The first female chief of staff in the history of the United States. Let me repeat this again. Susie Wiles, seen here, is the first female chief of staff for the president of the United States in the history of this country. Susie, congratulations. Job well done. And for those who know, she is also the daughter of one of the best broadcasters, NFL broadcasters of all time, Pat Summerall.
Yeah.
Pat credited her with also saving his life when he was drinking heavily. Fell, was going to die. She saved her dad's life. She saved a campaign and also maybe a country. And Susie Wiles, our kudos go out to you for a job well done with the campaign. Can't wait to see what you have in store as chief of staff. And just keep in mind how important and good she is. A woman, feminist. Where are you, feminist? Democrats, liberals, my body, my choice, and all that abortion bullshit. Guess what? This woman was his first pick. A woman.
Where you at, Mark Cuban?
Oh,
you see, I mean, I was looking at a very smart and intelligent woman, and in no way, shape, or form is she intimidated at all. They say that this gal is on it, that she commands and demands order, that she is super organized, and at the same time, she is just as nice and just as kind. So I think that was just the best pick for him. And look at, I mean, the campaign was brilliant. It could not have gone any better for him. And she was behind the scenes the whole entire time. I don't think she gets enough credit for that campaign. Well, but maybe now she will.
Well, keep in mind, but you know, she's not intelligent since you brought up Mark Cuban, because we already know Mark Cuban said that there aren't any intelligent women hanging around Donald Trump. Of course not. This was just the best campaign in the history of this country that we have ever seen for a political candidate, considering the past, considering everything that was going on. She is a rock star. She's going to continue to be a rock star. And that's why I love that this woman is in the position that she's in. And by the way, she's a Florida woman. And she was also involved with some Florida campaigns as well. So I didn't know much about Susie Wiles. I'll tell you that right now. I started doing some hard research on her. And that's what we were throwing out to you right now. And that's why I'm so excited. So I don't want to hear any more crap. Oh, Donald's misogynistic and he says such mean things. And the woman leading his campaign is a genius. He went to a woman. He chose a woman for that position. And then guess what? He chose her again. So I don't want to hear any of the lies, the bullshit, everything else that's going on. Donald is being led by a brilliant woman.
Yeah,
Deal with it.
They're going to find something about her that they're not going to like about her. And they're going to add an ist on the name of whatever name they want to call her too. And that's just what the left does. They're like children and they like to just come up with words and just throw words at you and sit around and huff and puff and cry and, call everybody names all day.
She doesn't look like the type that would go to a Diddy party though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so.
Time to change. Like we said, out with the old, in with the new. AP reporting that the Trump family, it's going to take them probably an extra month to move into the White House because they have to do so much cleaning up of the White House. This is unofficial, of course, as I read the AP. Initial indications state that there is so much dirtiness, filth, and nastiness all over the inside of the White House that the Trumps have to go in and clean everything up.
Well, I mean, we can't expect the visiting angels to go in and clean everything up. I mean, you got to go and you got to pay attention to the person that you're taking care of. But I doubt in their job description if it's, you got to clean everything up. So they can only do so much.
Every now and then we have liberals that jump into the show. One of them we were just asked Drew Collins Harris if anybody's heard from him. No, with all due respect, somebody might have to do a proof of life on him. Here's the thing. We welcome liberals into our show all the time. This one he's just a mean guy. He grew up bad. He has a bad heart. He has asked for murder on this show of somebody in the past, which is why we deleted him because he was condoning murder. Literally, of conservatives.
Just like these liberals that we showed you.
And we allowed him back on the show. So with that being said, no, he did. I told him 2 days before the show, and this is a big show. We don't just focus on one person. Like, listen, win or lose, please stop messaging me. I received like 75 messages in 3 months, all mean, nasty stuff. Like, whatever. I stopped this. Regardless, his message to me, his proof of life right after the election. Well, Trump didn't get 20% black vote, like you said. First of all, I never said he would get 20%, but guess what? He got 20% by 3 organizations, MSNBC, Al Jazeera, and NBC News, and AP, all reporting Donald Trump got 20% of the African-American vote. So deal with it. No, I have not heard from him, and I don't care. Most of the evil liberals and I say evil, meaning spreading lies and hurt and wanting division. That's when I use the word evil. You have to understand where that comes from. No, they're quiet because what can they really say? There's nothing to say. This country is on the move. It is changing, especially when you see patriots like Susie Wiles leading. Also, Marco Rubio is up for Secretary of State. That might be.
I love that guy.
And they could easily replace Marco Rubio with a Republican in Florida, which would be very interesting. I would love him in that position, which brings me to Attorney General. And we can't get rid of Merrick Garland fast enough after what he has led over with the DOJ and the most corrupt 4 years this country has ever seen.
How is that guy even still have a position?
He's gone. We're counting the days.
Talk about corrupt.
How about a show me state flavor to some possibilities? A couple of the people that Donald Trump are looking at. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, Missouri Attorney General. And you know why? Because he is kicking the Biden's administration's ass in court over things that have happened. That was a lawsuit that was started under Eric Schmitt that Andrew Bailey took over and went higher. Of course, Eric Schmitt, current U.S. current U.S. Senator. He is also in the running. Eric Schmitt put out a note. Andrew Bailey put out a note. CNN was reporting Andrew Bailey last night. Fox News had 2 other gentlemen this morning that they have added. I can't remember who they are. But the thing that I love about this is the fact that we have seen in the heart of America, in the Show Me State of Missouri, where we broadcast live out of, 2 outstanding attorney generals of the state of Missouri.
Yes.
And Josh Hawley, another U.S. senator, is the sensei of Andrew Bailey. He taught him law school at the University of Missouri. They're great friends. He said most of what he learned about law, he learned from Josh Hawley. And all three are kicking ass in their positions. And now Andrew Bailey is even being mentioned as an attorney general. He just quickly into his job as Attorney General of the state of Missouri. So I'd love to get that in. I know the rest of the country outside of the state of Missouri may not care, but I do think it's pretty cool for one state to have two guys that are being thought highly of.
Well, and it just goes to show our Midwestern, boys, they're heading to Washington. They're going to change things up. And, everybody says that, the Midwest we're known, for our patriotism. We're known for being nice, respectful, and hard workers. And it's awesome. I mean, no matter where you live, you can't go wrong with Midwest.
But the other thing is, I love what we're seeing from our national broadcasters who we do a good show. We produce a top-notch quality product with what we have and our research and our background and our histories. But I credit, and you've heard me credit, and you've credited so many darn people. I gave Laura Loomer credit the other day just because she was in the fight for a long time. I've talked about how much I love Laura Ingraham. And I love that a lot of these broadcasters and people who have been out there spreading this message for a long time are getting credit. Finally. As they should.
That's right.
Because they're not fear mongers. They're not hate spreaders. They're Americans that love this country like we do and want the best for this country. You've heard me talk about Megyn Kelly. So many of these females, these women that have gone out there and not been afraid to talk about what is real, what is not, and not to get caught up in all that feminist talk, and just throw out credit to them as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All of these people that literally went out on a limb, knowing that there was going to be backlash, knowing that every day that they went out and confronted these people on the left that were lying to the American people, every time that they got face to face with them, put a camera on them, they knew what the ramifications were going to be, but they didn't care. And they keep going out and they keep wanting to tell the truth. And finally now, they are getting the praise that they deserve. Especially for women, because, it's just not the most popular thing for a woman to talk conservatively, to actually go out and publicly say, I am a conservative. God, love, country, family, all of these things. And for whatever reason, and I'm not sure how that ever became the way that it is, but to all of you conservative women out there and all of the people women especially that came out and said, I love Trump. You weren't afraid to say it. You weren't afraid to have hard conversations with people on the left. It's our time. And I feel great about it. And for the people that have asked me for years, why do you feel like it's okay for you to go out and just be open about being conservative and loving Donald Trump? And I'm like, why should I not? I never understood that. So let's go. Let's go, girls.
Of course, we love it when you guys jump in on your People's Podcast platform as well. You can watch us live on X, on Rumble, and Facebook right now. Chris jumped in. He said, hey, Ted Cruz needs consideration to be appointed to the Supreme Court before Trump is out of office. Because we've got 2 conservative judges approaching retirement. I think Trump's going to get 3. I know this is a whole nother topic that we weren't going to jump into today because we could do a whole show on the whole Supreme Court situation and what it is. Gone are the days, at least for 4 years, of trying to pack the Supreme Court, of course, which we know, which was the Democrats' big rallying call with even Kamala leading in was talking about how the Supreme Court is just getting it wrong. Yeah, okay. He's going to get 3. There's 3, 2 conservatives and 1 liberal, I believe, in the next 4 years. I'll call it. I think that'll happen. 3 new ones. And that'll burn the living hell out of Democrats and liberals, far left liberals who really want to change the fabric of this country. So let's hope he gets 3. Yeah. I pray to God that he gets those 3.
Yeah. Does anybody remember when Amy Barrett, when she was selected to be on the Supreme Court, and when everybody goes, because that's what Congress does, and everybody shows up and shows their support, whether you're on the left or right. Does anybody remember when they put the fat heads, pictures of their heads? They did not even show up. It was not too long after Nancy Pelosi stood behind Donald Trump. Yeah, I think it was like State of the Union address when she went like this and ripped the papers like a kindergartner.
Of course.
I mean, this is, I love to remind people.
Oh, Laura Ingraham did that the other night.
Oh, she did?
No, well, she was interviewing a guest, and she's like, "Oh, I don't think they're going to do our Nancy Pelosi rip job." Mm-hmm. It's funny. We just brought up Laura Ingraham, and I was watching her the other night.
But you just have to remember at any time that the left doesn't agree with what's going on, they get so butthurt that they do the dumbest, most juvenile things in the world. And I just go back and I just cannot. I'm still like, did we really see that? Was that part of our history in this country that they were so upset that they put their pictures of their heads in the seats because they weren't going to go, because they didn't agree with it? How childish and how wrong. But that is what the left has shown. And gosh, I mean, when things don't work out for them, you just got to be prepared for any of this. I mean, like we're showing you in these videos, TDS.
I just can't wait to see where it's going to happen. When it comes to some of the picks, we're starting to see some of those picks come out right now. And people, as he continues, the new president, as he continues to put everything together, as he does, something that we did not talk about yesterday. We already know that 2020 was stolen. We've shown you the facts. We've shown you, 2004, there's 59 million votes. 2008, the Democrats get about 69. 2012, Obama again, like 60, 65, 69. 2016, Hillary, 65 million. Joe Biden in 2016, Hillary got like 65. Then in 2020, 81 for Joe Biden, and then back down to 65.
Yeah.
We know something happened in 2020, but
the math ain't mathin'.
It wasn't to speak to Kamala Harris. Wasn't that her quote? Or who said the math ain't mathin'?
Oh, that was, who was that?
I can't remember who said that. Anyway, I like it. The math is not mathin'. And I agree. But
who was that?
Think about this for a second. Sweet baby Jesus, thank you, God, that Donald Trump is president in 2024 and not 2020. Now, stay with me on this. He would not be president right now. And I know we get into what could have been and should have been and hypotheticals, but Donald Trump now gets to lead over a country that has been through all the crap that we did. Sometimes you have to go through hell to realize how good you got it. You know that. Sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone. Oh, the grass may be greener over there. No, it's not. Usually it's not. And now Donald Trump leads. He has control of the Senate. And it looks like the House is going to go our way, conservative way as well. So now he's got the House, the Senate, his presidency, and an election that he dominated. He's got mandates all over the place, just like Vivek was speaking about, as we showed you. I am so much more happy that Donald Trump is leading over America now, even though all the crap is there and God knows how many illegals are running through this country. But Donald Trump is now here for a reason. And if anybody thinks that God ordained Donald Trump after everything that he has been through to be the leader, I'm going to trust this God situation that Donald Trump is here for a reason in 2024 and not 2020, where he would have been dealing with a nasty ass Democratic Senate. Yes. And not been able to get as much done as he can get done now. Are you jumping on the positive train with me?
Hey, I'm telling you, I although I was super shocked and hurt that he did not win the last election, I think that it could not have been more unfair. We're showing you in the numbers, but God knows more than we do, and it is his time. This is his time, and I think we all know it. I think that we can all look around at our country and the world and what's going on. And now is when we need a strong leader. Joe Biden, he's been asleep. We'll just put him to bed. He can keep snoozing and eating his ice cream. And we're going to get this country back on track.
Boy, it gets me excited when I think about all those things that we can get through. Mm-hmm. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll when it comes to what's next with Donald Trump. What's next with our elections? What's next? The one thing I don't understand still is, how are they still counting votes for the House races?
I have no idea.
What the hell is going on?
What is wrong with you?
Including 10 or 11 in California. Mm-hmm. I'm like, give me a break.
Well,
give me a break.
The day before yesterday, they're like, it's going to take a little bit longer, because it's such a big state. And, and I was like, okay, all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Still, it's like 2024 America, learn how to count your ballots. But now it's like, okay, what's going on now? Are you playing games again? Can you just turn the numbers in? I think we all know where it's going to go, and they just are hesitating because, this is a grand slam. Donald Trump hit an RBI, and it's a grand slam, and we're excited. And no matter what the final counts are going to be, we've got control. And that's what we need to celebrate.
Tanya says Arizona, Kari Lake. They're still counting that. Yeah. Allegedly, there's still, hundreds of thousands of votes to count. And was getting killed in the early counting. But as they continue to count the votes, she has gotten closer. I think as of this morning, like 40,000. And I'm like, oh, maybe Kari Lake does win this, depending upon where those votes are far. And I didn't have time to do the research on that when I saw it. But that's one that's still being counted. Although I know several people would love to see her be take over KJP's job if she doesn't win this position in the state of Arizona. Me being one of them, I would love to see her do that. I did want to get into something, and this, even though it's a local story, it's something that's national. You have, and I had the evidence of it. A gentleman sent me this. The Wentzville School Board. And we have been told in the past that there have been some very liberal people out in the heart of St. Charles County, St. Charles County, Missouri, a school board member, and we have her putting it up there that they were going after local businesses, trying to get people not to go to businesses that supported Donald Trump. And this is a Wentzville school board member. And I know that she did it because I'm looking at the Facebook post where she was saying, don't go to Village Park. Because allegedly Village Park in Wentzville was a business that supported Donald Trump. The woman's name who is on the school board, I think she's the vice president. This is the information that was given to me, is Julie Scott. So Julie Scott put the Village Park. I'm looking at her post right now that was sent, or Julie Scott, Village Cafe. Village Cafe, don't go there is what. Also, somebody said, a Jocelyn Williams Butterfield said Overstock on Highway N, another company that allegedly were conservatives. It's just interesting that they put a list of companies together that were conservative that people should stay away from.
Yeah. So in other words, what Vic is naming right now are places that anybody that's a local listener, please make sure that you go there.
Overstock Outlet, Lake St. Louis, Village Cafe, Upshot Coffee, Piazza Messina in Cuttleville, Russo's Catering, Good News Brewery Company. The mentioned owner was Dan Tripp. The mentioned House Representative, Dr. Bob Onder.
We need to make sure that we talk about
the
these
Field
folks.
Box Sports Bar and Grill, the Soda Museum, Arrowhead Building Supply, the Rack House Kitchen Wine Whiskey Place, St. Louis Orthopedic Group. These are all the businesses that were called out for being conservative.
So go support.
And the Wentzville school board member is a part of that and put out, yes, Village Cafe. So interesting. I don't know. Pam says, I thought Overstock closed. We just had one of our viewers said, could you please talk about this story? Because people need to understand businesses should not be ridiculed because they supported one candidate or the next. Now, it's a free country. You can go buy and do what you want, but we're just trying to send out some love for them. And the person that sent it to me just said, I don't know how somebody can be a school board member for Wentzville School District. He said her name is Julie Scott, and then go out and try to for all intents and purposes, attack another business and try to hurt their business.
Yeah.
Because they feel differently.
Well, and Vic, this goes hand in hand with the video that we showed earlier of a teacher trying to indoctrinate her students after Donald Trump was found to be the next president-elect, and all of the hurtful, hateful lies that she was telling her students. That's not the time, nor the place, or the audience to be talking about these kinds of things. And it's so disheartening. And that's why I always talk about, we have to worry about our future. We have to worry about what's happening now with our kids, the things that they're hearing. They're hearing enough garbage on social media. So for them to go to school where they're supposed to be educated, where they're supposed to, science, math, history, geography, things like that, and they're going and they're hearing this, it's awful. I mean, it should not be happening. And then you've got school board members that are doing the same kind of thing. They're trying to literally ruin people's lives. I mean, that's their livelihood. Those, their families rely on this. And so for them to use that platform to do these kinds of things, for me, it's strike one and you're out. And that's the way that it should be. But people have got to realize what is going on, and don't be afraid to go and to say, this is not right. Especially if you're in Wentzville, if you're in this town, or if your kids go to this school, go and say, this is not right. This should not be happening. This person needs to be removed. And that's what it's going to take. So, I feel like now is the time. Now is the time for the people that have been tried. They've tried to hush us for so long, at least for the last 4 years. They've tried to keep us, our lips zipped, and they've tried to make everything that we've said sound like a lie. But now's the time, and show up and make your voices heard.
I'm just excited. Remember, as we come to the end of the week, where we were on Monday. Lots of anticipation, lots of wondering where we would be. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Will we even have a winner declared, because of some of the things that Arizona said that it would take 10 to 13 days possibly, and where we've come. And here we are. Donald Trump is back in the office. The Senate is controlled by Republicans. The House probably will. The map is more red than it's been in a while. Even California's electoral voting system looks like it's changing. Their platform, their demographic, it's changing. Donald Trump got 45% of the Jewish vote in New York. He only finished 10% behind. You see what a candidate he was, and you see what the left was trying to throw at us. The left has left behind the people. Will they try to come back? Will they? Yes. Will they try to reestablish something? They will, but I think America is woken up now. And it's like, okay, wait a second. We know, he won by over 5 million votes. That's a mandate. Now, hopefully, with God by his side, we can get this country going back in the right direction. Joe said gas is already down.
Yeah. Lots of things have already happened. Just around the world in general. Literally, as soon as we got that final, vote, that number, things started changing. But the thing is the scary thing is that we have to remember that there's still that guy named Joe that is in charge of our country. And so we have a few more months of that. And, let's just hope that these crazy people around the world don't try to do something before we get the real commander in chief back in the hot seat. So
I know, but
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we still got Joe Biden.
No, it's yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Remember
where that
guy?
goes. Special thanks to Complete Auto Body Repair. Complete Auto Body Repair. They take care of your car A to Z. They take care of everything that you need to get done. 5 locations throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. Love Curtis and his crew. Let them know that you appreciate them advertising on Cancel This. They take care of tires. They'll be taking care of a tire of mine right now. They also sell cars. They have tons of jobs available. 314-731-7999. Or you can find them online at CompleteAB.com. CompleteAB.com. Let them know. Check in with them. Also, special thanks. Congratulated David Gregory on his victory. Spoke to him via text, trying to give him some time. But he has an amazing business as a personal injury attorney, and he promotes himself as a conservative one. He doesn't care. He's like, listen, I'm going to do what's right. Give him a call. If you, your friends, your family, any kind of personal injury, I've used him twice. Joe's used him twice. He's going to give you an extra 5% back if you tell him you heard about him on Cancel This. He wins. That's what he does. He wins. By the way, he was 7 for 7 on people keeping their jobs because they refused to take that shot in their arm. And you know what shot I'm talking about? David gets results, 314-619-4230. And he is now the only state senator representing St. Louis County in Missouri out of 4 of them. Need him, especially because now he's by himself against 3 other Democrats in the state of Missouri when it comes to St. Louis County. ConservativeInjuryLawyer.com. ConservativeInjuryLawyer.com. Make sure you tell him that you're calling him because of Cancel This, and he'll take care of you even more. Wenty's in the Chesterfield Valley. Some of the best food you're going to find. Stop by there last night. I told him yesterday, I said, Ben, I asked everybody what their favorite food was yesterday, and you had 4 or 5 different answers. He's like, yep, love to hear it. Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, Winty's in Defiance. They do things the right way, work hard, play hard, great service, good food, great times. People go back for a reason. Also, when it comes to Playoff Sports Bar and Grill, one of our other friends who supports this show, Detroit Mike over there in O'Fallon, taking care of business, making sure that you're getting the best that you can, good times. He's like, hey, come watch NFL Sundays. It's a great time. At least try it out once. Absolutely love what's happening there. Hey, it's Christmas time. It's the holiday season. If you need to pick up a couple clothes for yourself or clothes for somebody else, give Ben Lawler a call or check him out, Tom James Clothing. When it comes to everything, when it comes to your fitted style, you have tons of selection. You've got fit. And of course, it may shock you just how much you can get for the price. 314-862-6500, 314-862-6500, or you can get them at blawler@tomjames.com, blawler@tomjames.com. And are the interest rates going to be changing? Are more people going to be getting into the real estate market? They just might be. Megan Livingstone at eXp Realty. You can contact Megan, 314-249-1708, 314-249-1708. That's Megan.Livingstone at exprealty.com, Megan.Livingstone at exprealty.com. Get your plan in place. Give her a call before you sign with anybody else. You'll find out why others have as well. She'll get it going. She knows the St. Louis metropolitan area. If you're looking to buy or sell anything real estate, give her a call and find out what you can get done. We're grateful for you guys all being here with us today. It's been a good week. It's been a great week.
Thanks for coming back every day. You guys got your wishes granted. Everybody's been asking if we could do a full week or stay on longer. And we thought that now was just the best time to do that. So thanks for everybody tuning in, and can't say that we're going to do it
before
every day.
we get out of here. Is he willing to come in and say hi to people, or is he busy?
Yeah, there he is. Come on in here.
I just wanted to
leave the Peaky Blinder on.
Real quick, because a lot of our audience and a lot of people know him.
You want me to scoot over?
I don't know if we're going to be able. Joe may have to. You can take that. Okay.
All right.
I think. Yeah, I don't know if the lighting was made there for. I just wanted to give a shout out to a man who is a legend in the health industry. You're not going to find anybody better when it comes to your health. We're, of course, talking about the one and only Dr. Eric Naputi, who shoots his show. We wanted to promote his show as well when he gets on camera here as well. But you guys love Dr. Naputi. For our listeners in the Missouri area, a lot of you know him already. For our listeners around the country, you may or may not know. But I wanted to give him a shout out, especially when it comes to everything, because if there's anybody who lived through what government, big government, Joe Biden's government, the DOJ can do, it is Dr. Eric Naputi. Eric, welcome back in, man. I just wanted you to give so people could see you. How good does it feel?
The picture of health.
Donald Trump.
Right here.
Donald Trump back in office after everything you've been through.
Well, first of all, I always appreciate having you guys support me and everything we do. Yeah, it's nice. I got to tell you, it's you know what it feels like outside right now? It feels affordable and free.
Yeah, it does. That's
it's
right.
It's so nice.
All of a sudden.
I'm so glad that I don't have to leave the country.
Yeah.
I'm actually leaving tomorrow. I'm heading to Florida to meet with a large group of doctors in the Make America Healthy Again campaign, etc.
Love it.
It's so nice that finally, I mean, look, I've been in practice 22 years. Finally, that we are pulling our craniums out of our rectums and realizing that the system that we have for health and care is neither health nor care. It's broken. And now they're finally going, what do we do? Well, doctors like myself have been helping people get to the root cause of their problems, you know, for decades. And it's finally so just freeing to be able to have the freedom to communicate with people, even though censorship is still off the charts high, even though the system is still there. But you know, I'm a firm. I like Bobby Kennedy. I don't believe in everything that he discusses, but I don't think you should with everyone anyway. I don't think the same with Trump either, right? But the opportunities are there, and I'm really excited about, you know, the best is yet to come. So.
Can you remind people what you're doing right now? Just because a lot of people know who you are and they go to you. And just to remind about your practice, your facility. what you've done for me and my body, what you've done for my sons at your facility, not to mention what you have going on now, because people don't even know about your podcast and some people don't even know about your business.
Yeah. Well, we've been keeping things really quiet for a reason. I wanted to build silently before we knew it was safe to come back up for air, Vic. I mean, look, the level of PTSD that comes when the federal government sues you, by the way, for $508 billion, which is what I was sued for. And what was I accused of a civil penalty of helping people during COVID. We had 11,000 positive patients during COVID. Nobody died. Nobody went to the hospital. So them asking me what we did, they sued us so that, they could push their political agenda. So what am I doing now? I mean, I've got my Naputi Wellness Center still up and running, with root-based healthcare. We help people find the cause of their problems and help them correct it. That's what we've done for over 2 decades. We're going to continue to do that. Number 2, I started several new projects. One of them is called BioLimitless, and you can go to the website biolimitless.com. That's biolimitless.com, and you can learn about it. We've created a parallel healthcare ecosystem. One of the things that we've done is we have a online telehealth program where people can go and learn about natural solutions to hormones, to weight loss, to peptide therapies, and so much more. We are now opening up our BioLimitless Centers of Excellence, over 200 centers over the next 3 years all across the globe. I was just in Japan. We're opening up 6 in Japan as well, which is amazing. And we've got the podcast going as well.
And Nancy says your book is great, by the way.
Good. I wrote a book called Becoming BioLimitless. I've been a busy boy. Thank you for that. You can get that book on Amazon.
And how can people find your podcast?
Well, here's the best way to find everything about me. Go to ericnaputi.com. That's ERICNEPUTE.com. All of the stuff I'm involved with is there, ericnaputi.com. But, our podcast, and I'm blessed to shoot it out of the studios here. You guys do a great job. Joe's a phenomenal producer. And we have a podcast called Pep Talk. And it's on peptalk.world, which you can find on that website or on ericnaputi.com. And it's all about giving people information to make informed decisions and free will for their health. Period. That's all there is to it. It's really simple, Vic.
Dude, I love it. We would talk more with you. You got a lot of hours to put in. So we're going to close out the show. I just wanted everybody to see you in person, live. Eric Naputi, as good of a person, obviously, as he is as a chiropractor, a DO, and just damn health wellness person. I mean, there's nobody better. There isn't. But Doc, we appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
And by the way, you've got my son is back up and running and hitting as hard as ever with the shoulder.
So simple, isn't it?
You got him rocking and rolling, man.
I love it. That's awesome.
We love it. Dr. Eric Naputi for Pro Joe, Megan Marie Moret. I'm Vic Faust. Guys, thanks again for joining us and making the show what it is. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Check us out, canceltheshow.com. We'll be back Monday morning at 9:00. Thanks again. And be sure to check out Dr. Eric Naputi as well on this podcast. You'll be like, oh my God. And they're like 15, 20-minute hits. They're quick listens. They're great. And of course, it's all information that you can use. Guys, have a great weekend. And by the way, Donald Trump is the president.
Woo! Woo!
Get your brand's presence. Partner with Cancel This Show with myself, Vic Faust, and my co-host,
Megan Marie. We're ranked in the top 10% globally.
Our show has reached over 1.68 million engaged listeners, and we continue to grow monthly.
Podcasting is one of the best ways to advertise
because it offers a highly engaged audience, SEO-targeted reach,
and the ability to build a personal connection with listeners.
Dive into the dynamic world of cancel culture, politics, all current events, and the latest news with us.
It's the American taxpayers that are having to pay for all of this monkey business left and right.
Look at all of these pictures. They are using AI to generate fake photos, and we show you them. And Joe will show, we got a video of one. We've got certain pictures.
They were hiding the fact and trying to lie to the American people for months that Joe Biden was doing well.
This is Kamala. This is Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. It's Jake Sullivan, all together doing anything and everything they can to strike back at Donald Trump because he continues to kick their ass.
If that doesn't make you mad enough to vote one way or another in this election, nothing will do it.
Get your company's voice heard, your brand recognized,
and the exposure you deserve.
Does your brand align with our mission?
Let's talk and make an impact together.
anyone.